Little bird up in a tree looked down and sang a song to me of how it began. The trout in the shining brook gave a warm and loving look and told me not to worry about my life. So don't worry about your life. Before things become real, they are first in your mind. A love thought draws others of its kind. Cling to every thought that's real, and your life will be free, free in which to grow. The little bird looked down and sang a song to me. Where's my pretty bird? He must have flown away. If I keep singing, he'll come back someday. The rest of the lyrics came, and we cut some of them out, but this was the original inspiration. At that time, I'd only written these words and a few others, which are in the original draft. And Dennis cut this section out, asked me to cut it out. And Brian added the music to the bridge later. Never told us. I thought Dennis did it at first. Those were blessings in the 60s, working with Dennis Wilson. I miss him very much now. He was an incredible partner. We had a lot of inspiration, a lot of fun. The same thing with Be Still. I got the original idea from the Bible. I brought the words to Dennis, the original words of the song, and he changed one word. He asked me to change one word. And then Brian and I did a spoken version. I got the original idea, as I said, from scriptures. And so many of my beautiful Beach Boys songs that I did in those days, I think of tribute to Dennis, A Time to Live in Dreams. Carl Wilson loved that lyric and that song, and Dennis told me, and how excited we were traveling up to the dam and driving all around, early mornings a lot of times. And what a great idea to be able to share that from the 60s. Recently, I heard them on a few podcasts where they mentioned those songs. That was from the Friends album. That was my first experience with the Beach Boys in the 60s, late 60s. And to this day, his memory stays with me. All the wonderful and fun times we had, mostly one-on-one. I wasn't in groups with him. Mostly it was he and I alone when we were creating those things. We'd go down to Santa Monica City College, and in those days it was just an open-air theater, and I would recite, and people would gather around, and Dennis would direct me and tell me, enunciate, do this, do that. And it was just so much fun and so exciting. I think he had a Porsche then, I don't even remember. We'd go down to the beach and walk along the beach and sit on the sand, which later I did with his son, Carl B. and Mikey and a whole bunch of different people in those days. Things have changed. It's 60 years later almost, or maybe. And the world's still going on, but there's still the presence of Beach Boys in the world, bringing joy and inspiration. And I think some of those early songs from the Friends album was my first taste into music. And since on, I've grown to work with a lot of people. But my initial inspiration for and from the Beach Boys makes me want to pass this on at this time of people are thinking of Dennis Wilson. So have a wonderful day. And my love does live on. My love for Dennis, my love for the family, my love for people to go out into the world and to try and be a blessing. Dennis and I never did drugs with him. I sure drank a few times with him, but I had a great, wonderful relationship, and I met a lot of wonderful people through that experience, and some I still know. Have a great and wonderful day, and think of Dennis as you can. Lots of love, Stevie Kalinich.